67 pounds, Scorpio.
Main event time, and this one has been a long time in the making. The final matchup in this best of 5 series between Scorpio Sky and Austin Aries. They each hold 2 victories. Who will take home total victory here tonight?
Well, Todd, let me tell you, this match is already off to a better start than the last time they tried to settle this best of 5 series when Scorpio Sky was attacked from behind. I mean, he's competing tonight, but he didn't let anyone know of what his physical condition was. He didn't want to tip his hand at all to Austin Aries to know that he had injured, that actually Cedric the Hitman had injured, perhaps under orders from Austin Aries. Oh no, there we see the back of the head of Scorpio Sky.
Showing the effects there of that attack that you mentioned, but
I mean, he went for weeks without telling anybody if he was injured, what was injured on him. As to come into this match is a bit of an unknown, to be a level playing field between himself and Aries. But right there, right off the bat, he takes that shoulder tackle and he goes down, clutching the back of his head.
Well, you'll recall though as well in their previous matchup, the one that actually took place, Scorpio Sky seemed concussed as well. You'll remember that top rope brainbuster that Austin Aries utilized to get the win and to tie things up. We don't know if Scorpio Sky ever even fully recovered from that, let alone the attack.
I'm clean. Oh, hey. Let's go. We're clean. Hold on a second. Hey, you shut up. Let's go. All right, back here. Come on, let's go.
Scorpio Sky has been under, I mean, he has endured, I mean, just almost an inhuman amount of punishment in this best of 5 series. I mean, it's something that he's endured so much punishment. It's not something that I would wish on my worst.
Full hit of steam by A-Double into the guardrail. Again, that ruthless efficiency that you have spoken of in the past. And we talk about Aries. We talk about how deliberate he is. We talk about how he has played a mind game. Do you think that from the start of this series that his strategy has been in tow? The attempts at injury, yes, he gave up 2 losses in this series, but right now he seems to be in firm control. Was that his plan all along?
It very well might have been. Austin Aries, I mean, he is a master tactician when it comes to the sport of professional wrestling. And we see Scorpio Sky trying his best to avoid receiving any further injury from Austin Aries. But right now, Aries still with the upper hand on the outside, slamming Scorpio Sky face first into that ring barricade.
But Aries will be well served to stay focused. He cannot allow Scorpio Sky to even have a breath, because if we've seen anything from the 2 victories that Scorpio Sky has scored over Aries in this series, it's that they can come out of nowhere as a result of a quick roll-up. Sky is so resourceful.
He's extremely resourceful. The thing you have to keep in mind, Todd, is that Austin Aries, a lot of his offense, just Scorpio Sky shoving Austin Aries off the middle rope. A lot of Austin Aries' offense is not just designed to win wrestling matches, but it's also designed to injure his opponents. he's not content with just winning the match. He wants to actually inflict pain on his opponent. Why else would he do a soccer ball kick to an unprotected skull of a downed opponent? I mean, that is one of the most dangerous moves in any facet of life, whether it's in a professional wrestling ring or in a bar brawl. But that's something that Austin Aries very liberally employs.
D'Lo back in now into the cover. Moments ago, he swept the leg of Scorpio Sky, who fell right on the edge of that apron, and you've spoken about just how hard that part of the ring is, the damage that it can do to the human body. But Sky again, fighting back. This kid has so much heart, and he hasn't come this far to not want to put away Aries and take home the overall victory in the series. Lethal combination here by Aries, takes him down. Oh, we've seen this many a time.
That beautiful picture perfect flashing elbow. Oh, Scorpio Sky had it well scouted, gets him in the knee bar.
Not gonna see it this time. And now Aries, he can pick a body part. Does he go upstairs? Again, we don't know if Scorpio Sky is 100%, if he's in control of all his mental faculties. Or does he go right back to the knee that he absolutely devastated in the initial matches in this series? He can take his pick.
I think Austin Aries right now he's hedging his bets. He knows that he's already damaged the head, the brain pan essentially of Scorpio Sky, and now he's putting in work on the lower extremities of Scorpio Sky, really just inflicting the maximum amount of pain to prevent Scorpio Sky from being effective in any facet of the professional wrestling ring.
Into the cover now after a devastating reverse neck breaker. You can see the frustration starting to come into play for Aries. Although he seems in firm control, he has not been able to put away Sky.
That frustration bubbling up to the surface, but Scorpio Sky driving Austin Aries' skull back into the canvas. Rick Knox giving the standing 10 count to both men.
The eyes looking glazed again on Scorpio Sky, trying to get back to his feet. You can, with your experience as a competitor in looking at the body language, is Sky all there at this point in the matchup?
I mean, he looks good now, but in previous instances, I had my questions about Scorpio Sky's condition. He could just be functioning on pure adrenaline right now, and I would suspect that to be the case. But Austin Aries moved out of the way at the last possible second. Scorpio Sky went face first into the top turnbuckle, and then Aries hit a Russian leg sweep for good measure.
Aries a step quicker there, and it cost Scorpio Sky. Aries now going up top. Perhaps they can... High impact gonna put him away, but Sky able to counter, and both men now in a precarious position. If Sky thinking superplex here, but man, what would that take out of him at this point as well, Excalibur?
When Scorpio Sky, if he were to hit a superplex right now, the back of his head would strike the canvas with almost very nearly the same amount of force that would impact Austin Aries' body. Austin Aries trying for a missile dropkick, but Scorpio Sky stepping out of the way and just sidestepping and sweeping Austin Aries, and Aries went down hard on the canvas.
Shrugged him off here, and now you see Scorpio climbing, crawling, may need the ropes to assist him back to his feet at this point. Both men back to a vertical base. These two have gone toe-to-toe for months, and it's all come down to this, folks, our main event matchup.
This thing just degenerating into a slugfest, but Austin Aries with a thumb to the eye. Great equalizer, throws the clothesline. Scorpio Sky somehow saw it. Hits Austin Aries with the knee. Aries spills to the outside right in front of the broadcast position. Scorpio Sky, full head of steam, up and over the top rope.
Beautiful dive there by Scorpio Sky. Both men out on the floor. The main event continues right after this.
Austin Aries just obliterated Scorpio Sky with that dropkick. Sky had the dropkick in the corner, well scouted. Counters with a knee, only gets a 2 count.
Scorpio Sky seemingly about to snatch victory from the claws of what looked to be certain defeat, but somehow, some way, these men will eat themselves to continue. How can they keep this pace up?
I have no idea. Now Scorpio Sky picking Austin Aries up into the fireman's carry, but Aries reverses with the back rake. Oh, the knee breaker, and then dumps him over the top with a backdrop suplex.
Another beautiful combination of moves, and it looked as if Scorpio's head once again hit the canvas. Another drop kick right on the money. You could hear the snap as his feet connected with flesh, and now Austin Aries about to put him away. You gotta believe Sky's not moving here.
Austin Aries, 450 splash, nobody home. Oh, he jammed his knee on the way down. That was a very awkward landing for Austin Aries. He rolls him through, pinning predicament. 1, 2, no.
Sky has scored with roll-ups in the past, thinking he's gonna do it again, make history repeat itself. Reversal now, both men trading near falls, trying to get back to their feet. Are we gonna see a backslide? Yes. Only a count of 2, rolling through, and that buzzsaw kick by Austin Aries. And look again, Scorpio Sky motionless in the center of the ring.
Designed to win matches as well as injure, nay, maim your opponent. Scorpio Sky was he was kicked full force in the face by Austin Aries. There's no need for that in professional wrestling. But Austin Aries employs it, and employs it to great effect. Now just picking up a prone Scorpio Sky. I think he's gonna hit the brainbuster here. It's elementary, this best of 5 series.
Oh, I thought he was gonna put the exclamation point. Ace of spades out of nowhere. Scorpio Sky, it's like he's in a horror movie. He just springs back to life, and now he's got Aries in his very own figure 8.
He's got him all tied up, and this is right after Austin Aries jammed his knee on that 450 splash attempt. Austin Aries so close to the bottom rope. He's inching his way, but Scorpio Sky scooting his way. And as he moves backward, he exerts even more pressure.
He tapped, unbelievable.
Austin Aries forced to tap out of the figure 8, and Scorpio Sky wins the best of 5 series.
Oh, it's gotta feel good. Scorpio Sky, seemingly out of nowhere. We talked about his resiliency, we talked about his resourcefulness, and it came into play. And now, Austin Aries, he's got a chair. What is he doing?
Austin Aries picks up a chair. Nobody home as Scorpio Sky ducks out of the way. And even though Sky prevails in the best of 5, there's no burying the hatchet in this case. These men have put each other through hell.
And now Sky is all over Aries, and quite frankly, who can blame him? Aries made no bones about it. He was going to try and end the man's career, and after suffering a loss in this best of 5 series, he tried to take him out with the chair.
Now Scorpio Sky, he's going back to the legs of Austin Aries, I believe. Scorpio Sky might be trying to, now shoving senior official Rick Knox.
Oh man, Sky has absolutely snapped here. He's lost it. Austin Aries has brought this out in this man.
Scorpio Sky, he's got him back in the figure 8, and he will not relinquish the hold.
Officials coming out.
He wants to inflict the same amount of punishment on Austin Aries as Austin Aries did on Scorpio Sky.
I know, but let's take a trip back in time, folks. Think about how Austin Aries made his debut in the National Wrestling Alliance here on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. It was at Scorpio's expense.
Decision's been reversed. Your winner is Austin Aries. By disqualification.
What? No.
A controversial move by Rick Knox. He has overturned the decision of the match.
I'm sorry.
And the winner of the best of 5 series, a double Austin Aries.
What I was about to touch on, fans, was that Austin Aries made his name here on this program by laying out Scorpio Sky in the back. He tried to lay him out with a chair. Who can blame Scorpio Sky for his actions? Yes, I understand you cannot lay your hands on official, but find the man. The match was over. Don't rob him. Don't rob him of this accomplishment. Don't rob him of everything that he suffered through to win this best-of-5 series.
This is an unbelievable turn of events. Austin Aries, even though he tapped out, he is the victor in this best-of-5 series. Somehow able to hold his head high at the end of the day, even though knowing in his heart of hearts that he was defeated by Scorpio Sky.
The master of the mind games, A-double Austin Aries, had one more trick up his sleeve. Make Scorpio Sky snap, and I'm not talking about his knee, I'm talking about it mentally, and somehow, some way, he steals the win. Folks, we'll see you next week.